It's another contractor that I was working for.
So another contractor takes 80,000 for you, so you no longer have money. All right, so then you decide to take money. All right, Efron Soto. Hello.
You judge.
Oh, I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Blessed to be here.
All right, and on this case, did you speak with probation?
About a bond.
About the allegations in the
Oh,
motion?
so probation is recommending that he be continued on probation, but that's not the agreement that we have, that I have with the prosecution. They're gonna recommend something other than that.
Oh,
Unless he's able to pay the restitution. And then if he's able to pay the restitution, then they're going to recommend probation on this new case.
all right, so what I can tell you is with regards to his paying or not paying restitution, making a bond is going to take money away from restitution payment. But if you all want the court to hear a motion to set bond, the court will hear a motion to set bond, and then it's going to be set for a contested hearing within 10 days.
So he probably is going to need about 30 days in order to be able to raise that amount of restitution that he needs to raise.
All right, so if y'all want to proceed with a motion, a bond request, the court will hear a motion for a bond request, but
Okay,
the contested hearing is going to be set within 10 days. So doing that, do y'all still want to continue with the bond setting?
talk to him for just.
Sure. All right, if you'll step back in the box and Phyllis, just let me know when you all are ready.
Okay.
Thank you.
And I have an update on Mr. Small as well, Judge, whenever you're ready.
Okay, let me take this up and then I'll take Mr. Small up. Hello.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court. So on this one, I guess we just need a jury trial setting. Is that correct?
We do, Your Honor.
All right. So do you all want a bench trial or jury trial?
A jury trial, please, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Ferguson. On this case, I expect this jury trial to probably last 2 days. That includes jury selection.
I would agree with that, Your Honor.
And so your plea deadline date was today. The court will not consider any plea bargain agreements after today without good cause. Otherwise, you have to plea open to the court. Do you understand? All right, you can't do anything sooner? You want to put it for April 21st that week? Yes. All right, your jury trial date is going to be April 21st. If you all can do an acknowledgement of discovery before you leave,
Will do,
please.
Your Honor. Thank you.
All right,
Thank you, Judge.
thank you. Just have a seat and they'll give the reset form to you. All right, Mr. Oscar Jimenez, if you'll come forward, please. All right, and Mr. Porter, I know you were recently appointed.
I was appointed last week, yeah.
Yes, so do you need more time?
Yeah, I'm respectfully requesting just a 30-day on this one, Judge.
All right, and so you have the case that is unindicted. That's the less than a gram case, which on Oscar Jimenez.
He has the felon possession of firearm.
No, he has this also,
Oh, okay.
the PF. So you may want to talk to the state to see if they actually have the
Laps back
laps
yet?
on that.
Okay,
And then on Mr. Jimenez, are you requesting 30 days?
yes, sir.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a 30-day reset on Oscar Jimenez, please. All right, so we will bring you back on May 5th. That will give your attorney a chance to see if he has all the discovery. And state, you'll need to be prepared to tender an offer on that day.
Yes, Judge.
Sir, do you have any other questions?
No mess.
Defense, is there anything else?
No, yeah,
All right, thank you.
thank you.
Good morning.
Just come up a little bit more so the judge can hear you.
My understanding, oh, yes, just waiting for the interpreter to set up. Good morning.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ready, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Just give me 2 seconds. All right, the court is calling 2025 CR 0000280 State versus Wilfredo Marrero. If I could have parties announced.
Patrick Hancock for Mr. Marrero.
And are you Mr. Marrero?
See.
Yes.
All right, we have an interpreter. If you could raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear and affirm you will faithfully translate from English into Spanish and Spanish into English, so help you God?
I do, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand if you'll state your name for the record.
Arlene Abrams, license number 2081.
All right, Mr. Marrero, All of these documents that I'm going to review with you are in English. Were these documents explained to you in Spanish?
Sí.
Yes.
Counsel, have you received all discovery?
Yes, Your Honor, we acknowledged it.
And did you review that discovery with your client?
I did, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Sir, did you review the application for community supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Sí.
Yes.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Sí.
Yes.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes.
Did you review the court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Sí.
Yes.
You're charged with driving while intoxicated, third or more. That's a third-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Entiendo.
I understand.
You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent. By entering this plea, you are giving up those rights. Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Cierto.
That is true, yes.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes.
Mr. Morero, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No.
No,
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No.
no,
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Sí.
yes,
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Sí.
yes,
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Sí.
yes,
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 8 years in the prison. There's a $2,000 fine. State recommends community supervision, and there's to be restitution to Miss Rappaport, if any. Did you understand?
Entiendo.
I understand.
Defense, is that the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea?
Yes.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Sí.
Yes,
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Entiendo.
I understand.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, ma'am.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your community supervision be for a term of 8 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 200 hours of community service restitution, ignition interlock for the full term, 2-year license suspension, and 10 days in the Bear County Jail as a condition of probation. Did you understand those are recommendations from the court, and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Entiendo.
I understand.
Then to the offense as charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No culpable.
Not guilty. Not guilty.
No. No me pongo.
No
Sorry.
contest, I'm sorry.
State any evidence.
Should be considered civil test.
No objection, Judge.
All right, state you may be excused. Did you review the document entitled waiver and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Sí.
Yes,
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, in the right to remain silent?
Entiendo.
I understand.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly,
Just 1 second, Judge. Can you hear it?
Después en el trabajo dice.
No,
Sí.
Sorry, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there'll be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Entiendo.
I understand.
This court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments. The court has reviewed the same. The court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Judge, we'd like to.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
There is, Judge. I think the court will recall that you had asked Mr. Marrero with going to AA as per your order and through the direction of the pretrial services officer. I think he's complied, Judge, and it's been quite a while. It's been a number of months that he's been participating as the court requested. Mr. Marrero, Judge, has a very good job at the Calabria Meat Market. He's been employed there for 7 years. He's a maintenance man. He's really in charge of a bunch of different responsibilities, the grounds, equipment maintenance, and they like him a lot there. In fact, those folks have helped him with his ability to get a private lawyer. So they really like him and want him to continue to work there. Mr. Marrero, Judge, has a roommate. Mr. Marrero's from Puerto Rico. His best friend is from the Virgin Islands. He lives with Mr. Marrero. He's a double amputee, and Mr. Marrero helps him and cares for him when he's not working for the Calabria Meat Market. I've explained to Mr. Marrero, Judge, that this kind of offense comes with minimum jail time. We would very much ask the court to consider some alternative to incarceration for those 10 days. So obviously he can keep his good standing of 7 years employment and certainly be able to participate in taking care of his roommate. So if the court has any ability to whatever the court does for alternative to incarceration, and certainly, Judge, since he's doing community service by taking care of his roommate, if you can give him some credit towards the 200 hours, we'd appreciate that.
All right, so here's my question. When's the last time you had an alcoholic drink? And who were you with when you had this drink?
Se fue cogiendo más.
That's-
Cuando tuve el accidente.
That was when I was arrested, when I had the accident.
All right. So I think it's time.
It may be, I think his position is the time of his arrest.
Yes.
All right. And this roommate that you care for, do you receive any type of payment for doing that?
No,
All right, because here's the thing, I don't allow people to be home healthcare providers when they're on felony probation in my court. Do you understand?
Entiendo.
yes, I understand.
All right, do you have any children?
No,
No,
Any grandchildren?
no.
no,
All right. And I just throw that out there because sometimes when I ask people if they have children, they're thinking in terms of, oh, they're adults, but that doesn't really count. So that's why I would ask grandchildren after that. So do you have any minors that are in your life, nieces or nephews?
Ya son mayores.
no, they're older now,
Okay,
adults.
all right. This is what the court will order. There's a $2,000 fine. That will be probated. Sentence you to 8 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 8 years. There's to be restitution, if any, to Sarah, S-A-R-A. And then in parts of the report, Vashon, it is spelled S-A-R-A-H as well. And that's Sarah Rapoport, R-A-P-O-P-O-R-T. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs. State, do you have any objections to the defendant due to his employment satisfying the days in the Bexar County Jail on GPS? Do you have any objections to the defendant satisfying the days in the Bear County Jail on GPS? All right, thank you. So the court is going to be doing 30 days, GPS partial, waive fees in lieu of the 10 days Bear County Jail. And it will be partial for employment. There's to be ignition interlock for the full term, 2-year license suspension, DWI education course, VIP impact panel. Well, VIP live, I'm sorry, impact panel is what it is. So it'll be VIP live. Proof of employment within 30 days. No employment as a home health care provider or with minors. TAP evaluation out of custody. Follow TAP recommendations. 120 sober support meetings in 120 days. Field visits 1 time per month until further notice. 200 hours of community service restitution. In regards to the 200 hours community service restitution, council, if he presents somewhere where he's doing charity work, he can tender it to probation. Probation will tender it to me for approval if they think it's appropriate. Probation, is there anything else? Is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
No,
Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it?
yes,
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Entiendo.
I understand.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing, in this court to be successful on probation, communication is key. If there's an issue, let your probation officer know about it. If for any reason you feel as though they're not addressing it, you can come back to the court and I will address it. And when you drink and drive, I have yet, and Mr. Hancock, you've been practicing for a long time. I don't think you have ever heard of a person who goes out to drink, and when they go out to drink, they say, you know what, I'm gonna get drunk, and then my intention is to kill somebody. So let me explain something to you. Drinking and driving, and when you're impaired, not good. You could kill somebody. And I see here that you had an accident. That's why there is a restitution to this lady. You could have easily have killed her. And it appears from reading the police report that when you're intoxicated, you're an angry person. You are one of those people who cannot drink at all because you don't know when to stop drinking. And once people become impaired, they don't think they're impaired and they drink and they drive. Do you understand?
Entiendo.
I
Right.
understand.
Do you have any vehicles that you have access to?
Tengo mi troca.
I have my truck.
All right, that needs to have that needs to have ignition interlocking on it. Do you understand?
Entiendo.
Yes, I understand.
All right. All right. Is there anything else you need?
Mm.
No,
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Miss.
You're welcome. Have a great one.
Thank you.
I'm gonna have to get to Puerto Rico. Everybody tells me it's so beautiful.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank
you're very
you.
welcome.
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Your Honor, I filed a motion last night. If you don't have a copy of it, I have one. You can have it.
Thank you so much. So, all right, so 2 things are before the court today with regards to him.
Yes, Your Honor.
There's this motion that the defense wants conditions changed to no harm for injurious contact as it relates to his minor child. And also there's a request for him to reside in Katy. So the court is going to call 2024 CR 6719 State versus Lamille Hernandez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state, for the defense?
Daniel De La Garza.
And are you Mr. Hernandez?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we have an interpreter here. If you can raise your right hand again, do you solemnly swear and affirm you will faithfully interpret from English into Spanish and Spanish, well, translate from English into Spanish and Spanish into English, so help you God?
I do, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand, and if you'll state your name for the record.
Arlene Abrams, license number 2081.
All right, so the first matter, let's take up with regards to the request that he be allowed to reside at an address in Katy. The concern that's put in here is that it's 804 feet from an elementary school and 288 feet from a neighborhood playground. So state any objections. All right, and what the court is reading is the supplemental report, and probation has put certain conditions in place to alleviate any concerns the court would have with regards to the residency. So I will allow him to reside at the location in Katy probation.
You, Judge.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Now, the next thing, and probation, I'll sign this. Now, the next issue we have is he is asking for his conditions to be changed for no harmful or injurious contact with his minor child. So first question the court has is whether or not Child Protective Services was involved in this case at all.
No, Your Honor. And so, this, he's certainly taking responsibility for what he did, but so the facts of this case involve a police officer who he thought was
Mhm.
somebody that was underage. So there was no actual, there was no actual contact with a child or anything like that as part of the offense. And then in support of the request, Your Honor, I know that there's some talk, or I've heard, from other lawyers that there's been this talk of a chaperone. And so I've talked with Miss Yanet, who is Lemuel's wife, and she can act as a chaperone if that's the proper way to do it. I'm not really sure the proper way to do it, but if there's talk of somebody needing to supervise, that is certainly somebody who can do it. And she's responsible. I believe from when they hired me, she told me that she worked for the post office or something like that, but she's here and we can certainly inquire, or I can ask her
Well,
questions.
for chaperone purposes, that would go through probation, and probation would give her certain classes, and then they would make the decision if she's appropriate or not.
Okay,
So first things first, state, would you have any objections to no harmful or injurious contact with his minor child if there's an approved chaperone?
I can, yes, Your Honor, I
So
can.
it's his biological up to me, that the documentation that she is in fact his biological child, the documentation regarding the living situation and multiple other factors are what probation considers.
Mhm.
So I mean, if probation verifies it and seems it appropriate in this case, then no, I don't have an objection, but I don't have enough information. I wouldn't be the person to verify it in person at their house.
All right, so then what I'll do is I'll alter them in conditions of probation to, and it's not gonna lift all, for all minors.
No, that's not, no.
Thank you. And what it will be is it will be no harmful or injurious contact with his minor child. And I will put in here and still, instead of saying while his wife acts as chaperone, I'll just say with an approved chaperone by probation.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Just so that the state is understanding it's approved if probation deems it appropriate
Yes,
through their process, the process.
yes. So it will only be, his contact with the underage minor child will only be allowed with an approved chaperone. And that chaperone has to be approved by probation. And if there's an issue, you always can come back and let the court know.
Yes, Your Honor. And so, the ultimate goal
Mhm.
of Mr. Hernandez is to live in his house back home
Okay.
with the minor child. Just
Okay.
so that's the ultimate.
All right, is there anything else?
Nor the defense, Your Honor.
Judge, so just for my clarity, we are going to alter them in conditions for him to reside at the location listed on the supplemental report.
Yes,
We're gonna evaluate and I'll get the name for the chaperone. And we're gonna do the no harmful or injurious contact with a biological minor child with approved chaperone.
Yes.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. Yes.
I want to make sure that nobody's confused, because right now he's staying in the town.
All right, so let me,
He cannot go back to the
Yes.
house until that other process.
yes, so let me make sure that everything is clear. And if there's something you do not understand, let me know. Right. So the first thing, you're requesting to go to Katy, Texas. And there's been an address that has been listed in the form. The court is aware of that address. The state has no objection to your residing at that address. So the court has signed that, so you can reside at that address. There should not be any minor children in that home for now, because we are waiting on probation. You give them names of possible chaperones. Probation will have classes for those persons to take. So if it's your wife, which that's what I'm being told, her name is going to be submitted to probation today. Probation may have some classes for her to take to make sure that she will be a good person and a qualified person to chaperone any contact you have with your minor child. If probation interviews her and says that she's not a good chaperone, then you can't have contact. You cannot have contact with your minor child until probation gives you the name of an approved chaperone. And when that person is an approved chaperone, that means that while you are with your child and they're there, they can't say, oh, I need to run to the grocery store. You all stay here. I'm going to go to the grocery store. They have to be there in sight of you and of the minor child so that they can appropriately chaperone. Do you understand?
Yes.
Is there anything you do not understand about the court's order? So you're not allowed to live in a home in Katy until, with the children, until one, the chaperone has been approved. So if the chaperone has not been approved and there's minor children in that home, you can't live there. Do you understand? Is there anything else?
No, I just want to make sure.
No.
That was great, Judge.
She still lives there.
That was great. Thank you.
All right, thank you. And counsel, you can take this to the back once I put it in the system
Yes, Your Honor.
to make a copy.
Perfect.
Okay, I'll give it to you. Yeah.
Maybe excuse your honor.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Sure. All right, court is calling 2021 CR 11632, State versus Efron Soto. Could I have parties announced for the record? State? Defense?
I'm sorry, Judge. Phyllis Beal for the defense.
And are you Mr. Soto? Did you review the document entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Are you the same Efron Martinez Soto who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2021 CR 11632 for the offense of theft of property, $1,500 to $20,000 on March 23rd, 2023 for a period of 3 years? Is that you?
Yes.
All right, state. How do you plead to that? True or not true? State. All right, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 1, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine? Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 1? Court will find violation of condition number 1 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
Having him complete a theft level resource within 45 days of today's date. And then also alter him to have him attend Goodwill Good Careers Academy and Career Center.
Okay. And probation, what is your recommendation?
Judge, that is the recommendation on the court summary.
All right, so this is what the court doesn't understand for you, sir, and maybe your attorney wants to answer, or maybe you want to answer it. You're on probation for theft. And then you proceed to commit another theft.
It was
I
a
don't-
triple.
So I don't understand why I shouldn't revoke you.
So, Your Honor, essentially what happened was he was placed on probation. He had a significant loss of money, and he was trying to, he worked as a contractor, and he didn't go out and just take somebody's money. He had plans all along to pay it back and to pay it back, and he still is going to pay it back. There's no doubt that he will pay it back. But basically, that's what happened. He had done work for this person before, and he also fell into a deep depression. He came very close to ending his own life, and he, about 8 months ago, started going to church. He basically rededicated his life to start living his life better in the way he wants to live it. And he's expecting a refund from the IRS in order to pay back this person. And if he's in prison, he's not going to be able to repay the complainant in this case.
Okay, so here's the thing. This is what I don't understand. I don't understand how, again, you're on probation for theft. When you hit hard times, your fallback is not supposed to be, let me steal, and I'm going to intend to pay it back. I'm still at a loss as to, yes, you want to raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record. All right, so what do you want to say?
With that, I mean, it was never my intention to steal, not even in the first place, because even on the first one, before I was already giving her money back. And it was when COVID, and my contractor that was doing the roof took off with the money, and I still gave the lady, and I have the messages and everything between the first
Okay,
one.
so let me explain something to you. You're on probation for theft. Whatever happened, that ship has sailed. You're on probation for theft. I'm interested in this new theft case.
Well, in this new case, we had done some more work for them. And then we encountered this, but I was within that time, I have really, I mean, I've been struggling.
Okay, so you still haven't told me anything. So you're doing work for this person. And then what happens?
Well, I didn't have any more money coming in, and I was behind because of what they had taken away from me, which was $80,000. Another.
Who is they?
It's another contractor that I was working for.
So another contractor takes 80,000 for you. So you no longer have money. All right, so then you decide to take money from someone else.
No, I was already working on that lady.
Okay, so you're working on her house. Where does the theft come in? I still don't understand where that
The
comes
thing
in.
is that the $80,000 was, I never was able to recover, and I didn't have the money to finish up their job. And that's why I fell
Okay.
into a predicament.
All right, so this theft case, is this theft case then about he was hired to do work and he didn't complete the work, but he took the money?
Yes.
All right. So maybe he shouldn't work as a contractor anymore because it appears that he doesn't know how to run his business appropriately. You can't keep taking jobs, and then if somebody doesn't pay you, then you take from somebody else. So it doesn't appear that you should work in the contracting business.
I'll let what God puts in my path is whatever.
I'm sorry, what?
What God puts in my path is whatever I want.
No, what I'm telling you is you should not be working in the contraction or construction business anymore because you're on probation for something similar. And now you're on I guess they're going to want you to be on probation for another case of something similar. So you should not be in the construction business because you don't know how to have your expenses such that if someone doesn't pay you, then you just go to somebody else and take their money and don't finish their work because you've run out of money. That person that you took money from, guess what? They don't care that somebody didn't pay their bill to you. They want their money.
I do understand.
And, Your Honor, that may be why probation was suggesting that he do the goodwill course perhaps to change to a different type of work. I'm not sure.
So what are you gonna do other than construction? Because I'm not gonna allow you to be in the business of construction anymore. Not while you're on probation.
I don't know. I
He's
can
gonna
do-
have to figure something out because
Sure.
I can't have someone who is on probation as a construction worker, owning their own business, and then you keep accepting money for jobs and not completing them because somebody didn't pay you what they were supposed to pay you. You understand?
And Your Honor, on this probation, I failed to mention, he has repaid that person all of the money that he owes.
All right, the person that he's on probation for?
Yes, that person has been paid in full.
All right.
Since
So-
day one,
All
since
right.
I was in the court.
Well, so here's the thing. If you want to do construction work, it can't be with you as the owner of the business. You'll have to work for somebody else while you're on probation in this court. You understand?
I understand.
Because unless and until you bring to me a plan where you have money in your accounts that if somebody doesn't pay you, you have a chance to address that civilly, or who knows, maybe they will have committed a theft against you. I don't know. But what I do know is that you can't continue to accept employment or jobs and then use their money for other things because the previous person didn't pay you and then not complete their job. You understand? All right, the court will deny the motion, alter and amend conditions to the following. You gotta do the Goodwill, Good Careers Academy. All right, so this theft level 3 course, is that really what's needed here? It just seems like it's bad business. It's not necessarily a theft level 3 course, but probation. Do you think the theft level 3 course would be appropriate?
Yes, Judge.
All right, then it'll be the theft level 3 course with the Community Alliance for Traffic Safety.
Cats, Judge.
Oh, okay, CATS. It sounds different when you say it out loud. It's like, this is not about traffic safety. Probation, is there anything else?
Judge,
Yes, we'll say within 45 days. Anything else?
Thank you.
Thank you, Your
All right,
Honor.
you're welcome. And then the new case, Ms. Ferguson, I need a reset date in 45 days.
May 12th will be good.
All right.
All my
Then-
family will be back in Washington by then.
but then you'll still have to rest, right?
No,
All right, so we'll see you back on May 12th.
okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Make sure he has a reset form, please.
Thank you.
Sure.
Oh, the warrant, Judge. Did you lift the warrant?
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
Robert Petty. Robert Petty. All right, Mr. Petty, if you'll come down. Are you ready to proceed on the motion? Court is calling 2022 CR 11723 State versus Robert Allen Petty. Could I have parties announced?
Ashley Jones for the state.
Juan Aguilera, attorney for Mr. Petty.
And are you Robert Allen Petty?
Yes.
All right, did you review the document entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Are you the same Robert Allen Petty who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2022 CR 11723 for the offense of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon on March 21st, 2023 for a period of 6 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Stating the court on violation of condition of 15F on or about the 15th day of October 2024 and verifying practice the defendant Robert Allen Petty, who then there failed to comply to rules, regulations, or instructions of their county community supervision and corrections department.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
It's true.
State will waive the violations.
No objections, Your Honor.
All right, did you understand by pleading true to violation 15F, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine?
Yes.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation 15F?
Yes.
Court will find 15F true. Is there a proposed agreement?
Yes.
All right, so is that the agreement, defense?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
All right, here's my question for you, sir. Do you want to be on probation or do you want to just go to prison?
I would like to be on probation.
All right, so here's the thing. If you would like to be on probation, you have to show that you would like to be on probation. That means by completing everything. Do you understand?
Yes,
All right, so because you didn't complete aftercare, and aftercare is not necessarily locked down, right?
yes,
Now you're going to be locked down at ISF, so that's where you'll be. You understand?
yes,
So is there a reason why you couldn't complete everything?
no,
You just decided you didn't want to do it?
yes.
All right, so,
Judge, he was living in Uvalde. His probation got transferred to Uvalde. Has nobody living, I guess at that time, he had somebody in Uvalde, but no longer anybody there. So he just came back to San Antonio in November. And he's told me, so it's my fault. I didn't report. Should report. I should have done everything I should have done. He says, I understand it's my fault. But he, in his condition, physical condition, he really, it would probably benefit from being an ISF, get his life structured, everything. He has talked to the folks there at Haven for Hope. So once he is released from ISF, completes their programs and everything, he will be having the assistance of their living program and actually participate in the programs to help him to continue with his probation and actually continue with his life. He's 70 years old, Judge, so he's not, he's basic, my understanding is maybe the only thing he's had in all these years, maybe some misdemeanors back in the 70s. But he will comply with the conditions. He just doesn't want to be on, doesn't want to go to prison. I don't think he'd survive in prison, tell you the truth, Judge.
all right, so here's the thing, what you're gonna have to remember. I understand about age and issues, but you're on probation for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. You have to follow through on conditions. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And if for some reason you wake up and you find, the people you thought you were going to stay with, there's an issue with that, all you have to do is pick up the phone and call probation. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, the court will follow your agreement. The court is going to deny the motion to alter and amend conditions to include ISF cognitive. He's going to remain in custody until transfer and weekly reporting for 60 days. All right,
Thank you, Judge.
thank you.
Thank you. Maybe excuse, Judge.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. If you come forward, yes. Arturo Villanueva. And nothing else comes up here. Everybody else will have to come back in the afternoon. Okay, on this case, there was no PSI. It was just a TAP evaluation. Have you all have a TAP?
I have it. I reviewed it with my client, Your Honor.
All right, the court is calling 2024 CR 0176 State versus Arturo Villanueva. Can I have parties announced for the record? State? Defense?
Daniel Vela.
Are you Mr. Arturo Villanueva?
Yes.
You entered a plea of no contest to count 1, paragraph A and paragraph B, applied for deferred adjudication. The state waived count 2 without objection and also the deadly weapon without objection. This was scheduled for a TAP evaluation without a PSI on February 27th, but then there were medical issues, so it was rescheduled for March 27th. According to the plea bargain agreement, the state recommends deferred adjudication. There's to be restitution to the complainant. Have both parties had a chance to review the TAP evaluation?
We have, yes, Your Honor.
Any objections to the TAP evaluation, state or the defense?
No, Your Honor.
All right, state, do you have any witnesses? Defense, any witnesses?
No, Your Honor.
All right, anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
We're just asking the court to follow the agreement, Your Honor.
All right.
There is one issue regarding, I know the court addressed the restitution issue.
Yes.
I did just confer with the state regarding that. There is, and with probation, and there's no number on, we don't know that at this point. So we reserve our right to request a restitution hearing if and when.
Oh, we're gonna set it for a restitution hearing. And state, you'll need to provide information to probation on any restitution if there is restitution. And how much time are you requesting for that state? All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a 30-day reset for restitution. All right, May 5th will be for restitution. With regards to your sentencing, this is what the court will do. The court will follow your agreement, sentence you to 3 years deferred adjudication. There's to be restitution, if any, to Christian Ramirez, and that hearing will be set on May 5th, 2025. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs. Are you currently employed?
No.
Are you retired? All right. There's to be no contact with Christian Ramirez. There's to be 100 hours of community service restitution. How do you spend your day?
My house,
Doing what? What do you do?
my plants, sit,
All right, so,
bike.
okay. So it's gonna be 100 hours of community service restitution. There's to be anger management. Give me just one moment. Okay. And are you still driving?
Not now.
All right, so you don't drive at all? All right, there's to be no driving. Field visits 1 time per month for 6 months. And according to the TAP evaluation, there is no need for any type of treatment. Is that correct, probation? Probation, is there anything else? He states that, do you receive SSI?
What's that?
Do you receive any type of check from the government due to any injury?
Your Honor,
Yes,
may it please the court?
yes.
The top evaluation shows that he received social security benefits.
Okay,
And he
so
provided that too.
there's to be
That's part of
proof
the
of
time.
employment or SSI within 30 days. And if you decide to have employment, there's to be no employment as a home healthcare provider or with minors. Probation, is there anything else? Is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful? Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand? I mean, do you understand? Yes.
Yes.
All right, state you may be excused. Here's the thing, probation in this court, to be successful, communication is key. If you have an issue, let probation know. If you feel as though they're not addressing it, you can come back to court. But we will be back here on May 5th for a restitution hearing. And counsel, if your client is able to appear by Zoom for that, he can appear by Zoom.
Okay.
Thank
All
you,
right,
Judge.
thank you.
Thank you.